Hello my doves, what's up? Welcome back to Afrodite by Olympia. My name's Olympia and I do videos here on YouTube about beauty and makeup available in Australia for deeper skin tones. Today's video is going to be a 6-hour wear test on the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. I have the shade 6W2 Nutmeg and I'm going to test this out on my oily combo skin. If that is something you wanted to see, guys, I suggest you keep watching. But if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe because I do upload every Mondays, Wednesdays and Saturdays. And my channel basically features items or makeup for beauty that's available for all Australians. I do reviews here as well on makeup that is for deep skin. So without further ado, let's get into this video.
From the top, drop that, yeah, feel the funk, y'all. Yeah, feel the funk, y'all. Yeah, you lay back in the cut. What's up?
Okay, so the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup, it's a foundation. It's been on the market for a long time. Now, they have recently extended their shade range. I did purchase a shade, like one of their shades, maybe 6 to 8 months ago. I didn't get around to actually using it. Now, this foundation is not a first impressions for me. I have used it a couple of times on this particular subscriber's insistence, and yeah, I like the foundation, so that I do know. I just want to know how it wears over a long period of time. I haven't worn it for more than probably a couple of hours. So this video, the wear test itself, is going to be surprising to me as much as it will be to you. Okay, let's get into the foundation itself. I do have 2 shades, so you know I'm testing out the 6W1 Nutmeg, but I also do have the 5C1 Rich Chestnut. The reason why I have Rich Chestnut is because this was the deepest shade that, as an Australian, that I could get my hands on at the time. This one actually has a cool undertone, which is not me. I have olive undertones, which is why 6W2 Nutmeg is perfect, because it is described to have warm olive undertones for deep skin. So this is supposed to be my skin in a bottle. You'll see in the shades, like the shade swatches, that it is my essentially perfect shade-ish. But I wanted to swatch Rich Chestnut for you guys as well, just so you get a little bit more out of this video, and showcasing some other shades, you know, that I've got in my collection basically. But before we move on to shades itself, let's read a bit more about this foundation. I've just got the esteelauder.com.au website up in front of me, so I'm just going to read off the actual claims. So it's a 24-hour, it has 24-hour staying power, it's flawless all day. This worry-free long wear makeup stays fresh and looks natural throughout heat, humidity, and non-stop activity. So sweat-proof is basically what it's trying to say. It feels lightweight and comfortable. It's got a medium coverage and it's got a natural finish and it's oil-free. So yeah, coverage is medium buildable. So I will build it in this video. Its finish is natural / semi-matte. And its formula is supposed to be oil-free, dermatologically tested, non-acnogenic, so it won't clog your pores, and it's supposed to be fragrance-free as well. This foundation costs $58 AUD. It comes with 30 mils, and there are currently 61 shades. There are 6 shades deeper than Nutmeg. Yeah, I remember when there was only like 20 shades. I think there was only like 26 or so shades when I first originally got Rich Chestnut. So there's that. Okay, let's move into some swatches before I put primer on. I'm gonna, really quick before we go into swatches, this one has a pump because I paid an extra $10 for the pump. So you don't get a pump free. This is actually how it comes in the packaging, with a gold cap. But yeah, I did purchase a pump because I figured, you know, if this is going to be my shade in a bottle, I'm going to be using it quite frequently. I do live in far north Queensland, so I do get tropical weather. So the fact that it's supposed to be like heat resistant, like humidity resistant, sweat proof, all that good stuff is really interesting to me. So we're gonna go ahead and quickly swatch these two on my chest. So rich chestnut, that's supposed to be cool toned, looks really golden. I might end up mixing these two together. So I don't know if you can see, that's rich chestnut. Interesting. And this one is nutmeg. So when I move to the side, you kind of can see chestnut. It's definitely golden, but it also kind of disappears as well. I wonder what this looks like when it's dried down. Ooh, I can probably get away with both of these. It's great when this happens, guys. Don't get me wrong. Having choice is like what you want. You want to be able to, you know, be more than one shade. As it dries down, nutmeg looks a little dark, whereas chestnut has the wrong undertone. I'm gonna mix them together. So I was only gonna do nutmeg, but I'm gonna mix in a touch, like a little tiny bit of rich chestnut. Well, that's an interesting development. All right. Okie dokie. So the usual primers, Magical Moringa by LUSH. I use this just around my nose where I get the oiliest. So I do have oily combo skin. And then I use Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base everywhere else. I just use a beauty blender. All right, so I'm gonna mix these two together. That's one pump, well that's one pump, and that's like the little squirting it on the bottom there. Now the reason why I'm wanting to mix this is because, like I said, this foundation is not new to me. I've worn it a couple of times, just not for an extended period of time. So in terms of the shade, I did find it was a little bit on the dark side for me, or just didn't have enough of that golden punch that I needed. So yeah, mixing these together, I think is going to be a really good shade. So this is mixed together. Is that not my shade? Okay, so one pump, well, one layer, I should say. You can still see my acne right there. So, I'm gonna go in with a second layer because it is buildable. Yeah, you can definitely build it up to get the coverage that you want. If you look at my nose, see how the line is basically gone and it's still, like the nose mark is still there, like it's got good coverage. That's how I can tell. Here's my nose lines. Which I'm actually trying to get rid of. Any suggestions, guys, on how to get rid of those marks? Like the hyperpigmentation that I've got around my nose? That would be nice. Anything, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna use a brush on this side. My current favorite foundation brush is the Hourglass Vanish Stick, and it's really good. It builds color really, really well. Like it builds and blends really, really nicely. Doesn't leave any streak marks or like brush marks. like it. Oh, you guys, my stomach is making such weird noises. I don't know if you could hear that. So weird. Straight off the bat, hell of a lot more coverage with a brush. If you're going to be using a beauty blender, you're going to have to build it. With a brush, as you can see, stippled in, like not swirled, but like stippled. It builds the coverage a lot more. I think I'll be using 6W2 Nutmeg, like mixing it in with other foundations to make it more long wearing. If I want to add olive undertones also to other foundations, like this is true olive undertoned for sure. We're gonna go ahead and do our little pan. This is going to be check-in number 1, and yeah, so this is what the foundation looks like on first application. So yeah, it's not just one shade, I know. I will insert a clip here for you guys of me applying 6W2 Nutmeg on its own. It's from a previous video that I filmed earlier. Yeah, so I'll just put the clip in through here. As you can see, I think I was saying that it was deep skin, like it was too deep. Okay guys, so I'm gonna start the wear test now. It's currently 3 o'clock. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my concealer, rest of my face, eyes, all that good stuff. And I'm just dropping everything. And I'll be back for the first check-in. It'll probably be the first hour. All right, see you guys soon. All right guys, I am back. It's been 2 hours. It's currently 5 o'clock. And yeah, I've finished my face beat. I use the Mecca Max Desert Queen eye and face palette for this look. I will link the video for you guys. Okay. Anyway, so it's been 2 hours since I've had this foundation on. Let's have a quick pan of this face compared to when it was first applied. Honestly, I've been sweating up in here. Like, it is hot in this video room. I have put the AC on, so if it sounds hella noisy, my bad. Listen, there's no change. I can't see anything different, like, at all. Looks exactly the same. Like, exactly the same. Nothing. 2 hours in and there's no change in my opinion. Yeah. So I'll be back either the 4 or the at the end. Depends on what I feel like. But yeah, that's what we're sitting at, guys. I will see you soon. Okay guys, I am back. It is now 10 o'clock. So I've actually done 7 hours instead of 6. I was going for 6 hours, guys, but I lost track of time while I was editing this video. So let's do a 7-hour pan of what my face is currently looking like. Okay, now we're getting to the review portion of this video. I'm going to review transfer test, oil control, and performance. Based on those 3 things, I'll give this foundation a rating A, B, C, D, or fail. So there's that. So with the transfer test, I'm just gonna touch my face just in the areas that I normally would, like rest my hand on, or if I was to give somebody a hug, and there's nothing coming back on my fingers at all. So transfer test is a tick, it does not transfer. For the oil control test, I grab a Shiseido blotting paper. 1 to 2 sheets is very good oil control. 3 to 4 sheets is marginal, not very good. And then 5 sheets or more is very bad oil control. So I'm gonna go ahead and blot. So that's how much oil I produced. That's probably, I would say, half a sheet. That is amazing oil control. Wow, I'm really impressed with that. Very impressed indeed. So in terms of performance, I would say that this is very highly performing. It has not worn off. I have eaten dinner. I had burritos for dinner, so that can get quite messy. And has not worn off at all. I don't see it in any of my fine lines. So normally I have these lines just along here. It's not selling into those lines whatsoever. It's still 100% there around my nose, has not lifted in any of those places. The finish is definitely medium buildable for sure. I have been sweating up in here, and there's not been one movement of this foundation despite sweating this afternoon. Like, I filmed a whole other video between now and before and edited that video, and I've been in this room with the lights, and I've been sweating a little bit and nothing. I'm really impressed with how the staying power, stay in place makeup, this foundation is named appropriately for sure. I'm flabbergasted. What the heck? So I would give this foundation an A. I'm gonna give it an A. I think it's up there in terms of wearability. It was easy to apply. Brush if you want more higher coverage. Sponge if you want to build it up a little bit or lighter coverage. And yeah, it looks really good. But yeah, no guys, I think if you've not tried Estee Lauder, it is on the pricier side, so it is high end, but it's worth it. I think this is a foundation that I will gravitate to if I have like a long day. So if I'm going from one place to the next and I'm not gonna get the time to touch up my foundation other than blotting, this would probably be my go-to. So if it's gonna be longer than say 8 to 10 hours, I would for sure go for this foundation. So yes guys, it's a win. I really like it. I'm not as super hyped about the finish like my other favorite, which is the Bounce by Beauty Blender, but that's only because I like the finish a bit more than this one. But in terms of wearability, it's up there. All right, that's the end of this review guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I will see you on the next one. Take care my lovelies. Bye.